Today I'm going to show you how we teach the alphabet and some of the vocabulary that goes along with the alphabet. One of the most important things about the alphabet is making sure that the children point and name to each letter. The reasoning there is sometimes children can sing the alphabet, but they really are not knowing the letters. Like the funniest story I remember was one time I had the child write the alphabet, and when they got to this area they said L and a little P. And that was because they had sang L and then a P, and it sounded like L and a little P. So it's very important that they point and name so that you know that they're looking at each letter and they know the name of each letter. So what we would like to do is point and name, but what we start off with is we teach initial, medial, and final. Initial means first, and of course A is going to be our initial letter. And the best way to teach initial is to ask a child what their initials are. So if I point to Billy and he tells me his name is Billy Smith, I would say, Billy, your initials are B.S. So I would put the initials on the board, B.S. I would say B for Billy, S for Smith. Your initials are the first letters of your name. Well, the initial letter of the alphabet is A. And then we would talk about what final means. And you can talk about them walking in line and there's a last person or the final person. Final means last. And so the last letter or final letter is Z. We also talk about the medial letters. Medial means a little different than just in the middle. Medial means anything after the initial and before the final. So the medial letters in the alphabet are B through Y. These words, these vocabulary words will be used as you're teaching sounds for letters as well. You'll be saying, what is the initial sound? What is the final sound? What are the medial sounds? And so that's just very important to get that vocabulary down first. And then we talk about how we read. We read from left to right. And so we read from the before side to the after side. And what I mean by that is I'm going to start with my left hand because I read from left to right. So my left hand is going to be called my before hand, and my right hand is going to be called my after hand. Now, the exact two middle letters are M and N. The first half of the alphabet is A through M. The second half of the alphabet is N through Z. We will talk about how there's 26 letters, and so we will also talk about that A is the initial letter, and the first half of the alphabet is A through M. The second half of the alphabet is N through Z. So when we actually teach how to recite the alphabet, we put our before hand on A and our after hand on N. And then we actually have them looking at the letter and pointing and naming. So I'll demonstrate that. So you're making sure the children are actually pointing to the letter that they're saying. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, switch hands at this point, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. They have done one-to-one correspondence. They are looking at the letter, they're pointing at it, and they know that letter. And we will probably talk about, at the end we'll say, how many letters are there? 26. What was the initial letter? A. What was the final letter? Z. What are the medial letters? B through Y. And the exact two middle letters are M and N. The first half of the alphabet is A through M. The second half of the alphabet is N through Z. We'll also probably talk about the vowels, A, E, I, O, U, and the other letters are consonants. There's a lot more you can do with alphabet, but we just wanted to make sure that you understand how important it is to point and name and make sure they do know their alphabet without singing it. Thank you very much.